The night of January 15th, 1966, was not a silent one in Nigeria. Under the cloak of darkness, a tense atmosphere hung heavy over the cities of Lagos, Kaduna, and Ibadan. The rumble of military vehicles cut through the quiet, their headlights slicing through the shadows as they moved with purpose. A line had been crossed, and the dawn would break on a nation irrevocably changed. Just a few years earlier, the mood was entirely different. The dawn of the 1960s had broken with the brilliant light of independence. On October 1st, 1960, Nigeria had shed its colonial skin, and a wave of optimism and national pride swept across the land. The future seemed boundless, filled with the promise of a united, prosperous nation led by its own people. However, this initial hope quickly began to sour. The fledgling First Republic was soon plagued by deep-seated issues that had been simmering beneath the surface. Political corruption became rampant, with public funds being siphoned off and trust in leadership eroding daily. More dangerously, the nation's political landscape fractured along ethnic and regional lines. The intense rivalry between the northern, western, and eastern regions created a volatile environment where political power struggles escalated into violent clashes. By the mid-1960s, the dream of unity had given way to a harsh reality of division and strife, setting the stage for a dramatic and violent intervention. The coup plotters, led by Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nziagwu and Major Emmanuel Ifejuna, called their plan Operation Damisa, or Operation Leopard. They believed that a swift, surgical strike was necessary to excise the 10%ers, the corrupt politicians they held responsible for the nation's decay. In the early hours of January 15th, they struck. The operation was a coordinated assault on the nation's power centers. Simultaneously, in the federal capital of Lagos, another group of soldiers targeted the Prime Minister, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and the Minister of Finance, Festus Okodiyibo. In the western city of Ibadan, the premier of the western region, Samuel Akintola, also met a violent end. The plotters moved with ruthless efficiency, aiming to decapitate the political leadership in one decisive blow. The plotters failed to secure complete control, particularly in Lagos, where the most senior military officer, Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi, managed to escape capture and rally loyalist troops. Confusion and miscommunication among the coup leaders created a power vacuum. As the plot faltered, the remaining members of the civilian government, in a state of panic and disarray, voluntarily handed over power to the military. General Aguiyi-Ironsi stepped into the void, assuming the position of head of state. His ascension marked the formal end of Nigeria's First Republic and the beginning of a long and tumultuous era of military rule.